Many are predicting that the worst is yet to come, which is unfortunate, said one person here. Until now, they've enjoyed the reputation of being the nation's icebox.
Watched a burglar in his home this morning by webcam.
As a journalist of over 25 years, stories are what make my world turn.
Reporting live from the Dallas newsroom tonight, Jeff Crilley, Fox 4 News.
But in 2008, I took the jump from my familiar life and started a PR firm from my home.
We're talking about anyone with a camcorder like the one I'm using becomes a television network.
We started slowly growing the company, and we now have over 100 clients, and we've branched into the world of live digital broadcasting. I now own 8 different TV studios and have a huge team, and the stories that I now get to share are sometimes the most important of my life. Life has a funny way of coming around full circle. This is the Jeff Crilley Show.
Well, anyone who's watched this show for any length of time knows I love successful entrepreneurs. And so to talk about that today, Bryan Baker, one of the smartest guys I know, especially when it comes to money. Bryan Baker with Smart Money DFW. Welcome to the show.
Thank you for having me, Jeff.
Very cool. So you really are one of the smartest guys I've ever met in financial services. You didn't start out in financial services. This was something that took a turn in college. Is that right?
Took a turn in college. I grew up in landscaping. And I did a lot of yard work when I was in college and high school, and came from the paving business when I was growing up with my family, and decided to get into financial services after college.
Well, I love that part of you because it speaks to hard work ethic. I mean, to go from mowing lawns and sweating in the Texas heat to sitting behind a desk and doing financial services, that's a change. How were you introduced to financial services?
Well, I graduated from Texas Tech, and I got a job in a local insurance office right out of college. I worked there for a few years, and then I decided I wanted to come to DFW, to a larger market with more opportunities, so I started my own firm here.
That's cool. In
2001, and been doing it ever since.
Okay, now that had to be a little intimidating to come to the big city.
It sure was.
What was that first year like? Was it hard to get started in DFW, or did it take off pretty quick?
It was hard to get started the first year just because I really didn't know anybody, and I wasn't sure, what part of the city should I live in. Mm-hmm. I started out doing dinner seminars. Mm-hmm. I did that for about 8 years, and then I got into radio, which I do my Smart Money show on the weekends now.
Yeah, I want to show a picture of Bryan on the radio. It's been a very successful show. How long have you been doing it?
This is my 10th year.
10 years.
Yes.
That's amazing. In the 4th largest radio market. That's really, really impressive.
Yes.
Well, talk about your business philosophy. What does a good client look like for you?
Typically, my good client is between 50 mm-hmm. and 75 years old. Some are a lot older than that, but it's typically people who are retired or getting ready to retire. They need to roll over their 401k. Mm-hmm. And I help people with safe money strategies. The people that I work with, they don't want to take risk.
Yep.
They built up their nest egg and they don't want to lose it. And so we can develop a plan to where they have lifetime income streams that they can outlive, and also estate protection, things like that.
Well, one of the cool things about Bryan is he walks his talk. He is living a really blessed life. We've got some pictures from his Facebook page that you look like an Abercrombie model there. But you do live I think a very blessed life. You get to travel. I know you're a big Cowboys fan. You have a beautiful girlfriend. That stuff doesn't happen unless you put some of the building blocks in place that you have. Let's talk about that.
Well, my philosophy in life is if you work hard, you can enjoy the finer things in life. I've gotten to do a lot of things. I've got to travel a lot of different places, and I enjoy spending time on the lake. I enjoy snow skiing. So, but you have to work hard to be able to do the things you enjoy.
That's cool. And then to be able to do that for other people, I think, has got to be really rewarding. Give me an example of, a win for you. The client comes to you and says, man, thank goodness we met you because we can now achieve our dreams of retiring peacefully.
Right. Yeah, but it makes me feel really good when I can protect somebody's nest egg, and that they can have peace of mind and don't have to worry about, what's going to happen tomorrow, what's going to happen with the stock market. Do I have to deal with this volatility?
Yes.
But I have strategies where if the market's going up, you get a nice gain. If it's down, you don't lose money.
That's wonderful. That's wonderful. So during this whole pandemic, I guess, while other companies might have had clients that were freaking out, your clients were protected.
My clients were protected. They're fully insured with large A-rated companies, and so they could just have peace of mind through this whole pandemic.
Well, give us some final words of wisdom. I think that people who are good at one thing should just do what they're good at. And you went to school for this stuff. If somebody's kind of managing all their own finances and don't know what they're doing, that's not very smart, is it?
No, it's not. You really need someone to look out for what you're doing. That way you can sleep at night and not have to worry about what's going to happen with the market tomorrow, and give you, really good peace of mind knowing that your nest egg is going to be there no matter how long you live.
I love that. Well, thank you so much for being on the show.
Absolutely.
We're going to put Bryan's website up at smartmoneydfw.com. Get a hold of Bryan Baker, and thank you so much. You've been a great guest.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
You bet. Well, that's it for now. We'll see you next time.